Minasan, konnichiwa, Zamurai Engineer desu. In this part 2 of introductory module, Managerial Accounting, let us continue our discussion on the next major concept. So after discussing the last topic in the previous video is about strategy. What is strategy? There are at least a minimum of 3 aspects that we have to strategize. And before we can do that, let us talk about organizational structure of a company. This is where we can detail our strategy. Which one should have the responsibility of doing this, doing that? Okay, so it's very important who will do a particular type of activity that supports the whole process of our company's main strategy. Okay, so let us define therefore the organization. So an organization is a group of people united for a common purpose. So an example of corporate organization chart is given in this picture. So we have what? Board of directors, president. We have under the president there are several departments of our company. We have what? Purchasing department, personnel, operations, finance. Finance, we have what? Treasurer and controller. So controller is auditor. Controller is what we call internal auditor. So we are required by law to have our financial records, financial book audited by a CPA. And if we are required by law to have that, we first have our internal auditor, then the external auditor should sign that document, okay, to be able to be in the form acceptable to, for example, BIR, to the Bureau of Internal Revenue. So for taxation purposes, okay. So that is why we have this one. The treasurer is the person in the organization who disburse funds according to the activities of the company. Okay. So it disburse funds. So it is very important part of the company. Okay. So purchasing are the department which gathers information about materials, supplies that the company needs to buy. So we need to buy equipment, we need to buy consumables, either way, big or small. That is the area of purchasing department to look for potential suppliers. Okay. How about personnel? So we have what? The human resource, no? So human skill and capability is one of our company's capital, as much as material capital. So we have human and material capital. So material, those are under the purchasing, no? Human, personnel. So we have human resource. We have material resource. Okay. That involves equipment, machines, devices. That is material resource. Okay. That could also be depending upon a specific company. This is on company basis. Equipment devices could be under operations, okay? And consumables and others are under purchasing. Raw materials, for example, under purchasing. But operations could handle those fixed asset, okay? Like the working area, production line, okay? Including those big equipments. Okay? So this a simple organizational chart that would also show the level of authority. Okay? Meaning board of directors are the most powerful, but board of directors are many, there are many, which being led by chairman of the board. Chairman, the board, so they have board of directors. And they are actually the policy giving body of the company. They make the policy. Okay? The board of directors make the policy. Okay? And who will implement the policy? The president is the #1 person to enforce the policy of the company given by the board of directors. That's why board of directors is above the president. No? The president just implement. But the difference is that president is one person. Board of directors, they are what? Collegial body. It's a collegial body, meaning there are minimum of, in our country, I think the minimum is 7 or 5. I think 5 is the minimum in our country. 5, then 7, 9. Usually add numbers so that decision could be reached at any meeting. No? Add number starting from 5. Okay. I don't know for the type of organization that involves in business. 5 is what I know if the organization is non-profit in our country. Okay, so please help us. Please comment if you specifically know the requirement of SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission. How many are the minimum number of board of directors for a profit business type of company? Okay. So from board of directors going down to the different departments, that is what we call decentralization of decision making. Okay, meaning each and every department are given the authority. Okay, it will not have a different department if the board of directors will not give them defined authority for its department. Otherwise, one whole branch under the president, everything will be requiring the president's go signal, and that is not usually or physically possible. That is not usually or physically possible. Is a president could always check what each and every departments are doing, but not at any given time. For example, the president will ask for what? Weekly report or monthly report. Or meaning to say, the president will check what are you doing per week, once a week or once a month, not all the time. So you are being checked what you are doing all the time by your own department. Okay, so per department basis. So when you are in the production line, the production manager would always look after all of the activities in that department. So if the company is big, instead of department, that is a division, So under the division, there are smaller departments. For example, department line 1, department line 2, department. So there are several persons, several structural positions there for each department. So meaning to say the decision-making process being delegated to each and every smaller unit. And each smaller unit headed by a certain individual that should report to their higher ups, their immediate superior. Okay, so that is what we mean by this type of organizational structure. There is a specific line of communication. For example, in this particular picture, the treasurer cannot go directly to the board of directors to report. Okay? Particularly if there is no such policy. If there are special policy, then it could be. But in this particular structure, there is no direct line from treasurer to board of directors. What your communication will do is from treasurer to CFO or chief financial officer, then to the president, and then the president will report it to the board of directors or BOD. Board of directors meaning BOD. Okay. So the functional view of organization, there are two ways that we can see this: line positions and staff position. Staff position are those support group. Line positions are those directly related to the achievement of the basic objectives of the organization. The company is production of air conditioning equipment or part. Therefore, production supervisor is a line position. Or production manager is a line position. So depends, because in Japan, production manager is a line position in Japan. But in Western culture, like what we are doing in our country, line position starts with supervisor. Then the supervisors are heading each of the department. Then these smaller departments are reporting to the division head, which is now the manager. Okay, so that looks like that in our culture, in our organizational culture in our country. What about staff position? Those are support groups. They are necessary. They are necessary, but they are not directly involved in the main objective of the company, which is production of air conditioning. Okay. Okay. So, for example, you are in a food business, chef, waiter, okay, and then kitchen staff. They are line position, but staff position are like what? Admin, staff, clerk, cost accountants, okay, like this. Now, they are staff position. They are not directly involved in the achievement of basic objectives of the company, but being support, the word support, they are necessary. Okay? Okay, the CFO. What is the CFO? The Chief Financial Officer. A member of the top management team. He is a member of the top management team, usually level of Vice President. No? The level is Vice President. Okay. which is responsible for providing timely and relevant data to support planning and control. So, what are the relevant data? How much money do we have? And we have money. Where are those money? Are they in the bank A, bank B, bank C? Are they in mortgage? Are they in loan? So those are important details that needs to be considered when you are making a decision at the top. Okay, so providing timely, meaning this data changes all the time. So that's why we need it. If we say, what is our status today? This very moment, this very hour. After 3 hours, the situation may change. Okay, situation may change after 3 hours because one of our big clients would, for example, within the 3-hour gap, would buy so many orders. Okay, and therefore our company is very happy because of clients buying bulk of our products. Okay, well, for example, they are usually buying from us 3 units of air conditioning system per month. 3 units, okay, per month. And within the 3 hours gap, they ordered 30,000 units. Three pieces, very much difference from 30,000 pieces. So what will happen? The decision will what? Will immediately shift focus from other things, from other activities to that satisfaction of the order. Okay, okay. Maybe you will start to hire temporary workers just to facilitate the order because there is a coming season that is seasonal order, for example. Okay, for example, Christmas related products, they are seasonal, so you are going to what? To gauge the quantity of order for this season. They are seasonal, but still year per year they differ, 1 year after the other. So the word here is current, no? Timely and relevant data. So okay, preparing financial statements for external user. So also CFO prepares this financial statement for external users, and they are what we call statements coming from financial accounting. That's why we give you some time to familiarize yourself in financial accounting because CFO prepares. He is not the one who will actually write or make the report. There are plenty of staff under him that will do it, write the report, write it, and submit it to him. But since he is the vice president or manager that in that department, he is actually the one responsible for preparing it. Responsible. He is not the one who will make it, but he is the one responsible. What do you mean by that? He will not do the report, but if there is nobody who did the report, he is the one to be blamed by the owner, by the president. Okay, that is what we meant by he is the one responsible for preparing it. He's not the one who will do it, but if the one who is supposed to do it did not comply to his order, for example, I am the CFO. Okay, you please do the financial statement for this month. I will get that report 3 weeks from now. then 3 weeks waiting, and then after 3 weeks, I will get back to you. Where is the report that I told you to do? Sir, I have so many problems. I was not able to do the report. Okay? He is not the one responsible, although he did not do the report. But I am answerable to the president. Do you think the president will punish that guy who did not? I will punish that guy because he did not submit to me the report. I am the CFO. I ordered him to do the report. I will punish it, but the president will not. The president will punish me. Okay? The president may even fire me, may kick me out from the company. Okay? Okay? The president will kick me out from the company before I could punish this guy. So, if you did not do what I ordered you to do, I should immediately fire you before my president will fire me. Okay. Okay. That is theoretical, no? And they are usually the experience on the ground. So, meaning this is a very critical position which have so many critical information about the company. And if they are not doing well enough, the president will not give them, mostly they will not be given second chance or third chance. Okay? Okay? That's how critical it is. More than the other, compared to the other. Because you know the inside out of the company. You are the CFO. You know how much money the company has. You know how much loan the company has. You know if the company is doing good or doing bad in the business. And you are not supposed to tell everybody that information. You are only required to tell the president, and the president will what? Will report it to the external users. What are the external users? The banks that you borrowed money from, they are supposed to be interested in that report. Okay, the potential buyer of shares of the stock of that company, particularly if the company is publicly listed company, and BIR are also an external user that want to know, okay, how much money do you have, how much money did you earn, so that we can collect the taxes properly. Okay, so there are several external users, but the CFO did not announce it publicly, did not announce it. Will be reported to the president. The president will submit it to interested, to external user, specific external users, not all the people have to know this. No, if the company is publicly listed, then the financial statement should be published publicly. Okay, so that's all about this specific concept. Number 2 important concept: organizational setup, structure, and who are those people. Okay, so again, thank you for listening. Give us your comment in our comment section. Again, this is Dr. DrEYPEI, preaching engineering for nation building.